feel like I have it way easier. I set such a strange bar.
Yeah.
May I have the honor of taking? I see.
I know. I love how we're both like, oh, we're both super gracious, super sick.
There you go. Warm up my voice here. May I have the honor of taking your life this evening? Ooh. Yeah, there's a reason we're the characters we are. Look, did we both I don't know, did you audition for Anya?
I sure didn't.
I auditioned for both, but I was like, yeah, this is not happening. Yours not happening.
I was like, I'm going to put all the mental energy towards because I know I will not be the small child.
Yeah.
Roxas, or you have a long, okay. Roxas says, what Pokemon do you think Anya and Yor would have, and legendary are included?
This is so great because you only know like one Pokemon. Yeah. And I love this.
Can you tell me what I would have? Because I don't know.
I feel like you
like
said
legendary.
You would have something like
Ninetales.
Ninetales, but also maybe like the Bisharp line would be really cool.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, of course. Okay, it's like a steel type, and it's like chest based, so that you can like Pawniard, and then you have, I forget all of them. There's like 3, and then yeah.
You can show me pictures of it.
Yeah. And they're like red and silver, and they have like, and their arms are like knives. So I feel like that would be a super cool.
That does sound
correct.
She's a Roseway. She's the Thorn Princess. A Roseway.
Or Roserade, yeah.
Oh,
Thorn
Roserade.
Princess. Because you could, yeah.
Pedal dance around you as you
The
make fight
only one I know, the only ones I know is like, there was a meme going around there, like the Pokemon team of like sassy little guys that would bite you, and it's all like small dog and fox types. That's my personal team, and those are the only ones.
Your favorite Pokemon, every time you get asked, you're like Rockruff, because it's a cute dog. A tiny dog.
And I was like OG Vulpix too, like I love that. But if anything past like the original 150, gone. Okay, I know.
That's fair.
51.
Yeah, 151, man. Just get it right.
Listen, like I said, I care about like 3.
They care about like 3. For Anya?
I also love Oshawott, I will say. That was
Oh,
like
yeah,
the one I
Oshawott's
really
really
wanted to do.
That's
Oshawott.
really cute.
And I love like, oh my god. I love like Michelle Knotts. I don't know Michelle Knotts, she's great. She was Jessie, and she's also Piplup. She loves Piplup, she has so much Piplup stuff. And she'll stream sometimes, so she'll be like, and it's so cute, it's adorable, I love it. Anyways, sorry, we could just gush about our friends all day. I feel like Anya would maybe have, Bond is a Pokemon now.
Basically.
He has to count.
Yeah.
But I feel like an Eevee maybe.
Yes.
But the Eevee, and maybe she.
Is there a Chimera type one that like Mr. Chimera would be like?
I feel like there must be. Is there?
And then
Oh yeah, what is that ugly fossil Pokemon that looks like? Yeah, it looks like a crazy amalgamation of. Yeah, because it was like. It's like, yeah. I'll look it up later. But there's like a fossil Pokemon that literally looks like the fossil got put back together wrong. And so when they revived it, like it just looks wrong. And that's for Anya. But I also feel like an Eevee, but she'd also have either Espeon or Umbreon. But I feel like it would fit because one Espeon is like her, but I feel like Umbreon feels like so spy, you know. So I feel like Lloyd would have maybe Lloyd would have an Umbreon. You know, I think that would be cool.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's like next week.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe Anya would have a Ralts, and she would drive the poor Ralts just insane. You know, poor Ralts. He's this cute little psychic.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
He's very like chill, and I feel like Anya would be like, yeah, and he'd be like, all of that. This is my owner. That was funny.
I love that.
Oh, Natalie, okay, this is your question.
This is so
Yay.
fun.
You entered the VO world through sound engineering.
That's how we met.
That was.
Oh,
You engineered for me.
that's amazing. How has that experience in that field helped or influenced your voiceover career?
Very, very much so. I was thinking about going into audio engineering, and what really, really like solidified it was I went to Otakon, and I sat in a panel with some friends, and they're like, "Oh, we want to go see Chris Bevins."
Oh, Christopher.
Yeah, Christopher Bevins. And I had no idea who Bevins was at the time. And we sat in this panel, and he started talking about how his background was audio engineering, and then if they needed him to like sit in and do extra voices, and then eventually he got into directing that route, and how audio engineering basically allowed him to kind of have a stable job, orbit around the industry for a while, and then figure things out. And I went, oh, that's what I want to do. I was like, I like audio engineering, I would do electronic engineering. So I was like, oh, I could like transfer some of these skills, and this would work really well. And so that was my thought process was, I'm never gonna be a full-time actor. That's stupid. I gotta come up with a real job.
What a ridiculous notion.
And so that was what audio engineering was. And so I went to school and I got that, and then it was a little bit before I was able to make the move and start working in the industry, but I worked for a studio called Sound Cadence. They do some outsourcing work for a lot of different studios, including Crunchyroll.
And ZZZ.
And they're the ZZZ,
Yeah.
the studio in ZZZ right now. Man, engineering for ZZZ is a wild experience.
Absolutely wild.
It's so funny. I still cover things once in a while, and I go in, and they're like, "Yay, Natalie, you're back!" And I'm like, I can do this. I can do this. I'm trying to remember how to do it.
How do I do it? Beep boop.
Yeah, I've been back in the engineering chair for the first time in like 3 or 4 years, and I'm like, oh, I remember all the buttons.
Where do they go? But I also love that you've said before that when you did start acting,
Yeah.
you made a good point where like engineering, you basically get to sit and watch these amazing actors act all the time, and you just get to sit, watch, see what makes a good actor, like
Yeah.
it makes a director happy, like what if someone's like, oh yeah, that's really great. You know, you get to just sit and watch and absorb all of that.
Yeah, you get to see the acting choices, because like I would sit there and go, oh, if I was reading this, I would probably do this, this, and this. And then you immediately get to turn around and hear what the actor who actually got the part is doing. And I was also auditioning for a lot of these things too. So I know what I would have come to the part with. And then I get to sit and do the whole season with the actor who actually got the part. And say, like, oh, they got this because they can do these things, or they sound this way, or oh, the director was also or the director also cast this other actor, and I would not have sounded, the sonic landscape more or less would have sounded very different if I was here versus when this person is here. They complement each other's voices in a specific way, and they have specific acting strengths and weaknesses they complement. So it's just so helpful to be like, oh, sometimes this has nothing to do with like how good I am, but there's just a million different moving pieces, and I can see why different people make different choices. And it's not a personal thing where they went, oh, I hate you, so I'm not going to cast you. It's just really cool to see that.
Yeah,
and you just get a masterclass of watching what a professional does in the booth.
Yeah, it's crazy. Kristen McGuire, she's directed me before, and she directed a show I was in called Citrus, and she told me, she was like, I'll tell you this because like I know you really well, and you're not gonna like be weird about this when I tell you. She's like, so it came down to you and somebody else getting this part, and she's like, I'm not gonna tell you who the other person was because like I don't want to make it weird. And I was like, that's fine. She's like, but the reason I picked you is because you sounded better with Amber. She's like, it came down to just who sounds better with Amber as the opposite lead, and that you interacted all the time. And it's like, so it's she's like, you were both phenomenal actors. It was just that. And then she also goes, and who do I want to spend 12 hours with every week? You know, because that's also a thing. We have to spend a lot of time together. So yeah, sometimes it's just like who sounds better together, who's available, who's, it's crazy. So yeah.
Yeah, it's so helpful to do anything, especially to do production work. It so quickly gets you out of your head as an actor where you're like,
Yes.
the whole world's out to get me and no one wants to cast me and
Yeah.
maybe I'm just terrible at this.
Yeah.
And then you actually work production and you go, oh,
'Cause
there's so much going on
Right.
here that has nothing to do, and no one actually thinks about me that much in this way at all. Like it is
Right.
really
Right.
there's a lot, it's just logistics and spreadsheets.
Right.
And it is not a thing I need to sit here and lose sleep over.
yes.
So I can't stress that enough.
And I will say, I also, I directed a lot, and I directed a ton without acting. So I was doing a lot of directing, not a lot of acting. And I was like, I'm fine, I'm happy, I'm working, I'm doing this thing. And then I got cast in Beaufry, and I swear to God, it was like my third eye had opened.
That's the other thing.
Because-
You raise flaps like nothing
Oh my
else.
God. Oh my God. When I went in for my first session as Mabel in Beaufry, it was after I'd been directing for a long period of time. And I went in and I felt like a god because they were like, wow, yeah, we're not having to adjust any of your lines. We're just placing it and going. We didn't have to redo it to make it longer.
As an engineer, Megan is like the god tier, and this is why I was gassing up Hrabowski too, because you and Brittany Hrabowski are like my favorite people to engineer for, because I have to do almost
Well,
nothing.
and
It's
here's the
so
thing,
nice.
Brittany is crazy because I will watch something, and sometimes I'll chase things. I did a lot of chasing on Beaufry, but that's because we were running short on time, and I was like, we gotta do 3 pages, let's go! And yeah, that was the whole thing, but that's another story. McCargo, she chases everything. She doesn't watch it ahead of time. She watches it and does it at the same time. So she's she's on another level. I'm
Yeah,
telling
the
you.
rest of us, we're like, we'll preview it, we can make a roadmap and then go. She's just like, no, I'll just do it in the moment. And you're like,
Well, that was perfect. Anyways, moving on.
anyways, yeah, Brittany
We
Hrabowski
love her.
deserves.
She's amazing.
She's a god, you can be like.
I'm telling you, man.
Chasing
Yeah.
is hard.
She's so
Yeah.
good.
But yeah.
I can't even imagine chasing for the whole show. I would cry. I would cry.
Don't work in Houston.
Yeah.
I haven't moved there yet. I'm thinking about it. Okay, another reaction video.
Don't even think about it. That's exactly the sort of thing that would expose me as an assassin. Don't be weird.
I thought about asking her to play my wife, but I better not.
I thought about asking him to play my boyfriend at the party, but that could easily lead to bloodshed, so I better not. Oh, poor Dorothy. I'm so lonely because there's no mama.
What's this about?
I just need a mama so bad. Her wife?
No. Sadly, we lost her 2 years ago. It's just me and my daughter. I'm raising her by myself.
No one will try to kill me for asking him out.
I love that.
Oh, no, mama.
It's not in the scene too, but I still, that setting in that scene, I would never get over it.
Help, I'm in traffic! Help, I'm in traffic! Help! They're like, no, you're not. I love it. She's honest.
Only if you're bad.
Only if you're bad, Anya. How did you find
Who's this for your here?
Oh boy. I don't know. So when I got the audition for Anya, I was like, okay, she's clearly, well, you have a much longer, I'll let you say it. You had a much more difficult time because yours voice was not in the trailer at the time. So you were flying by the seat of your pants. But for me, Anya was in the trailer, it was Lloyd and Anya's voices. I was like, oh, she's the funny one. She's comedic relief. We're gonna have big emotions all the time. And so when I was reading through the audition sides, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go if she's happy, I'm gonna be super happy. If she's clearly upset, I'm gonna go hard upset. I'm just gonna make everything the biggest end of the spectrum I can get to, right? And that worked, it was great. And then when we got in the booth, we really fine-tuned it because we were like, okay, well, she has to sound young enough and silly enough, but we also still have to understand what she is saying. Like, you can't just make it complete gobbledygook, because people have to watch this. And I know it's common for everyone to watch things with subtitles nowadays, like, we all do it. But, you know, we have to operate on the assumption that, well, what if someone's not watching this with subtitles? What if they're watching this with their eyes closed, you know? Like, what if they're just listening to it? You want to be able to understand everything that's happening. And so we really had to find, like, the fine line between, okay, and now I can do it fine, and sometimes I go a little too far, and they're like, okay, well, you can't understand it. I'm like, okay, I'm being too silly now. Okay, I'll do it. I'll dial it back a little bit. But in the beginning, it was, okay, well, you don't sound young enough. Let's make it sillier. Let's make it goofier. And really, like, finding the line where we could have her sound super young and super silly while also understanding everything she says without sounding too smart, you know? So.
Yeah, when we, like you said, when the audition went out, there was a trailer, and I went, oh, cool, I'll go see what yours sounds like.
It ain't gonna help you.
And then I heard Lily and Anya, and then the trailer was over. And I
nothing.
went, oh, okay, I'm on my own then. That's
You're out of luck.
And I did know at the time, a friend had recommended the series to me when it was just in the manga. And they were like, oh yeah, it's kind of like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but they have this psychic daughter. And I was like, oh, okay, so, and I had seen a couple of pieces of art of yours where I went, oh, okay, so she's
real cool.
She's cool, she's the Angelina Jolie type. Like, okay, well, what would Angelina Jolie sound like playing this character? And I've done a lot of video game work, and I play a lot of like assassins and snipers where it's like, one shot, one kill. You know, it's very level, that very like kind of grounded place. Leslie from Mobile Legends, Bang Bang, if anyone plays that.
Bang Bang.
Yeah, I do a lot of Leslie. I started going through, and there wasn't anything in the audition that like caught my eye that made me think otherwise. It was pretty straightforward, like this is who she is. She has a secret daytime job, but she's an assassin by night, and whatever. So I'm reading this, and then as I'm reading the lines, I'm kind of looking at it and going, why is she saying like, oh, I better not hug this kid, I broke my brother's ribs when I was a kid? Like, what is happening here? Because like she had may I have the honor of taking your lifeline. I was like, cool, that fits with this vision perfectly, good to go there. But I was like, the rest of this
doesn't make sense.
I don't get it.
What's happening?
And fortunately, the friend who recommended it had, I think we had the first volume of the manga as a result, but no one had read it yet. You know, I live with someone with ADHD, and you know how books go on the shelf to die.
I'm just saying, no, they don't go to die. Buying books,
pretty.
buying
I'm
books
sorry.
and reading books are different hobbies, okay? Listen,
That's
as someone that has both hobbies, listen. But you had it.
But
So.
we had it, and so I was like trying to read this audition, and it was my first time getting like a big show
Major
audition from Crunchyroll.
Because everyone knew this was like kind of a big deal. We didn't know how big of a deal, but everyone was kind of like, well, this is going to be the next thing.
At the time, I was like, oh, if I book this, maybe I could go to a convention.
One convention, you know?
Once
and
in a while.
Once in a while.
Yeah, not that
Here we
much.
are, 20 cons later this year.
Yeah,
Alone.
I had no clue. But I was like, oh. And when I got the audition too, I was like, well, there's no way I'm going to get a main character. So my goal here is to do a good enough job that I can be a recurring character.
Yeah.
That was all I was allowing myself to hope for. I genuinely did not
You
think
sweet baby angel.
I had a chance at York. And so when I read for her, or I read the first volume of the manga, and then was like, oh, she's a nervous wreck who can pretend to be Angelina Jolie in specific
You go, oh wait,
circumstances.
she's a cool hot assassin with
Anxiety.
anxiety. Oh, got it.
Anxiety.
Unmedicated, got it.
Twins. Oh my God.
Yes.
So when I went into the booth and started recording, it was like, oh, suddenly the way these lines are written makes a lot more sense. I felt a lot more confident about my acting choices. I had a lot more fun.
I was so happy because I went in for my session and I knew Chris. I know Chris really well, and I was like, "Tell me who everyone is right now, Chris." And he was like, "Is Natalie good?" I've never worked. I was like, you're gonna love Natalie. Oh my God, she's amazing. Yes, Natalie.
Apparently you and Jade went to bat for me, and I really appreciate that.
I love that for you. Like, I was like, you're gonna love Natalie. She's amazing. Oh my God, yes, Natalie. Like, I was so excited.
And I was not expecting. I remember when I sent off the audition, I had like a little ritual in the booth with myself mentally where I was like, you're not gonna get this. You have to let this go.
This was really fun.
I'm so
And
glad.
now it's over.
Just think about what the deal is that I got to read for this.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah,
think that I would
cool.
be in this place in my career a couple of years ago.
That's so nice.
How awesome was this? I need to be happy that I just
How
had an
nice was
opportunity.
that? Well, c'est la vie. Bye.
Yeah, and then I've been in a few
Now
dreams.
you're stuck with me.
Yeah. Ever since then, so I'm so happy to be here. No one is allowed to wake me up. It's too nice.
It's too nice.
Nice.
It's too nice. I think Alex wants to wake up sometimes.
Oh gosh.
Ooh, my IMDb game.
Okay.
Ooh, what is the IMDb game?
I have your IMDb pulled up. I'm just gonna like scroll like this.
Oh,
and you
ooh.
tell me
Oh.
freeze.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll talk about it.
Freeze.
New game.
That's so perfect. Okay, New Game is the perfect show to talk about. So New Game, remember how we talked about I was a teacher?
Yes.
And I was like, wow, this is horrible. So he's not here this weekend. It's Kristen's lovely husband, Cliff, who you might know as Bakugo from that one show or whatever. He's a small character. It's very minute, but you might know him. But he was directing at the time, and he was about to take on a show called New Game, and this was also New Game is when Crunchyroll and Funimation kind of did their first partnership thing. Like they were just starting to kind of like partner up and work on Crunchyroll backlog shows, and I think I'll go into that later. But it was wild. Recording that was crazy. But that was the year I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'd already quit teaching. This was like summer. And so I was at Funimation doing something completely unrelated, and I saw Cliff walking down the hallway, and I went, hey, Cliff! And he was like, oh, hey, what's up? And I went, I quit my job! And he was like, you don't say. You don't say. He was like, do you wanna maybe like audition for a show that I'm doing? I was like, yeah, I'd love to. That's super cool. He was playing it really cool. After the fact, he told me, yeah, I actually had you in mind for this main character, but because of how the recording schedule was going to go, because what was happening was season 2 was going to come out of New Game. They wanted us to do all of season 1 and then be ready to drop like simul-dub season 2. I'm so tired. Cliff literally told me one day, he said, you should go to bed. Go to bed. And I was like, I can't, Cliff. I have too much to do. And he was like, okay, well, good luck. But anyways, that was a fun story. So I auditioned, he's like, yeah, I actually had you in mind for this role, but it was gonna overlap with when school started. And I assumed you were teaching. So I was like, well, she's not gonna be able to do it because of how we have to get all of this done. So she's not gonna have time to do it. And so I literally got that role because I quit my job.
Yay!
So yay, and then
That was the universe telling you you did the
and
right
it really was. I was like, yes. I love it when the universe is like, yes, this is where you belong. And then also the very first line of that show, me and Cliff love telling the story. The very first line of this show, and you have to understand, even at that point, me and Cliff, we always have this weird brother-sister nagging relationship where we're like, sup, loser? And he's like, yeah, what's up, nerd? And we just like kind of bicker with each other all the time, but we love each other. And the very first line of this show, I previewed the first line, and it's cute little Alba being like, I'm Alba, and I graduated high school, and I work for my favorite video game company, and I'm blah, 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 blah. And being cutesy anime girl, living her life. And I watched it, and then he was like telling me, he was giving me the basis for everything. He's like, blah, 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 because that's what I heard. I heard like, blah, 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 blah.
Cliff really does too much sometimes. Like, with love.
With love.
He really wants to make sure you know everything. He knows everything. And not in like a jerk way, but he really cares.
He cares
so much.
It's
And
so
you're like,
great.
okay, I
I
appreciate
appreciate
but
you.
I don't need to know all of that.
And so we get to it, and then it's like my turn, and all of a sudden the beep start goes like beep, beep, and I went, wait. And he goes, what? And I go, I didn't listen to a word you said. And he goes, oh my God, it's the first line, Megan. I went, I'm sorry, it's fine, let's go again, do it again. It's so funny. He was like, yeah, I should have known from that moment that I made a mistake. No, you love me. It was great. It was such a good show. It was great. I love that show.
I'm glad you got to keep that.
Yeah.
Okay, we have about 5 minutes. Let's do one audience question and we
Yes.
can finish up the videos.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so someone asked, what do you think Lloyd would do if he ever found out Anya could read minds?
That man would be like, well, this makes a lot of sense. Also, he would also be having, he would
Oh
be,
no, we'll finally get the rest of his backstory. Like the ode, like we'll get his name, like because you know when she got her first Tanisha's pulse, he like passed out and then we got his like backstory.
it's true. He would pass out again, and then we get to know everything else.
That's where the rest of
That's where the rest of the backstory is gonna come in.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he would be absolutely catatonic. He'd probably be like, well, gee, yeah, this makes a lot of sense. Oh no. I don't know. He's such an overthinker already.
Like how many states, like deep secrets.
How many deep
casually
states?
released
Yes.
to the public.
He's like, oh no. Like,
I'd be wondering if a certain target can read minds.
I know, right? Yeah. He's like, well, that's why she's so weird around Damien. Oh, got it.
That's what Scion boy means. Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Desmond's right that he could read
He
minds.
overthinks so much. He would just have like decision paralysis. You know, he'd be like, you know, he'd go. I don't know. It'd be so funny.
It'd be hilarious if he found out. I
Uh,
want to find out.
yeah, dodgeball.
Bill Watkins, actual 6-year-old.
This is Natalie's favorite character.
Oh.
I love him.
Whoa, you got lucky. He missed you. Let's get the ball going. All right.
What happened? She jumped before I could even throw the ball.
I love Jared as Bill so much. His line where he goes, Papa! I just love
Papa.
I guess I'll have to bring up my secret weapon. This room will change its course on the stick. So if she tries to get away again, blam, here goes. Fire! Supercharged!
He deserves it.
He does.
It's like she's reading every attack. How is she doing this?
Hey, you're actually kind of decent at this.
Thank you.
That's Caitlin Glass, for those who don't know who
Oh, I love it. If you're watching season 3, I won't spoil it, but the kids go through this very traumatic event. You know, fun. And so you get to see Bill like crying, and so having Jared, who has this deep bass voice, and keep in mind, I cast Jared in Show by Rock to play this giant, tough, Yakuza-looking lion man. So keep in mind, these are the types of characters Jared normally plays, where he's like, yeah.
Also,
And he's playing Bill.
A little insider baseball too, as an engineer, it is a rite of passage to engineer for Jared and think the mic is broken because
His voice.
his voice responds on audio equipment like nothing else.
Yeah, it's
to where
so
you are
low.
convinced
Something's
that something
broken.
is mechanically
Something's
wrong. It is just his voice.
It's just his
Wow.
voice.
I've never had another actor's voice do this to
Yeah.
me in my life.
And watching him be on in the new season, just be like, "Ah," like crying like a little baby, is so funny.
So great.
I love that.
Oh my goodness, I can't wait for there's a chapter in the manga where you guys go ghost hunting in the old Eden building and he's like,
I'm so excited. That's gonna be great.
Okay, we're gonna end on a really funny note. So I found a video where like the dogs are out of context.
Yes.
Yes.
amazing. Yes, oh I love these.
Really what? I was extremely thorough in my research, so what did I miss? Cool, can't get anything right today. What a
Oh my lord.
No, the Wi-Fi, no, Wi-Fi.
Anthony's too good.
Anthony is too good. Y'all, Anthony plays Frankie, and he's
enjoy a failure every once in a while. I am no
Pathetic.
That's season 2.
I just want to go to my room and cry.
You too, girl. Anya's like, she's gonna die.
He's such a wife guy.
He's
Yeah.
such,
love him.
yeah.
Perfect husband.
Dude, chill out, my dude.
I like how they call it the Forger family like posture where they're like, no.
I'm divorcing you. Tastes like vengeance. Doesn't it? This woman had built up an immunity to poison. What, you little chihuahua?
They are so necessary. It's so good.
What
the heck?
Read our minds. Oh, yeah. I just got back from a business trip. Not arresting a political criminal.
I wrote that episode too. You did? I did.
Give me your tickets. Jail, yeah. Not Bumblebee! Oh my god! Oh god! PTSD!
That's Anya and Artist Alley.
No, that's me and Artist Alley.
Oh, apparently, I the kid at 26 must be a spy.
That's right.
Why is it this like
That's parenting in a nutshell right there.
She's already at an emotionally unstable age.
Yes.
Twilight, you know she's very gay. She has a terrible darkness inside her.
That's right.
That's why she made this so-called family vacation an official part of my main mission.
Dude.
Not fail.
Oh. Yeah, bro, you nailed it. Yes! Give me the bluebird.
What in the world?
That's right, skip, Papa, skip. Oh, Becky, oh. Becky makes Alex so uncomfortable. Oh! First prize. We win. Oh,
She's staring daggers into me.
I love her.
What did I do?
Oh my.
That's
I
right.
love the recent episode where she's like, he's so to me for 12 seconds.
He's a Stevie boy.
So I've never seen you like
So cute.
I also read this episode.
So cute.
so cute? so much for being here.
Yay, thank you for having on.
Here are their socials. Please go follow. I'm trying to put parentheses on Megan's. That's not her.
It's not there,
I don't know if that's there, but those are their socials. Please follow them on all the things. Go to the vendor hall, the autograph out in the far like right side. That's where they offer